Isn't it funny how people decide that things that happen under Trump are fine, but when they happen under Obama, they were terrible? So, for example, the TSA, InfoWars used to always talk about the Transportation Security Administration. It used to actually complain, rightfully so, about people molesting children at airports and then expanding to highways. But now that Trump's in charge, they're good, suddenly. Yeah, they're allowed to do that. We don't talk about it anymore. Bill Clinton went to on the Lolita Express to Epstein's Island 26 times without security detail. But Trump also went a few times. He says once, but he lies. But we give him a free pass. And people seem to now believe that MAGA means making war, because they just seem to believe any of the narrative the Pentagon comes up with, because they've never lied before. They never said that WMDs or, Libya starting from a YouTube cartoon, Libya uprising starting from a cartoon. Well, the truth is Gaddafi was actually trying to fight the Rothschild banking system, the globalist banking system and the petrodollar, and was actually ready to bring prosperity to Africa, something that Obama travelled to Africa to say that if they had air conditioning, the planet would boil over. Obama wasn't going to let them have technology. The globalists have kept them down. The globalists have kept them suppressed so that they can control them. But I guess in the era of Trump, the CIA are virtuous and good, and the FBI are wonderful, and that FEMA is suddenly a good thing because, we need to get rid of the terrorists. And NATO, which is globalism using the American name, that's suddenly virtuous. That's fine. Americanism, not globalism. But of course, NATO is absolutely fair game. And so eventually I think people reach a tipping point where they decide enough is enough with Trump. That happened with me. I would hate the person that I was a few weeks ago because I was so gung-ho for Trump and willing to let him go for not helping Assange or not helping Roger Stone or locking her up or building a wall or draining the swamp or anything else. What about big tech? What about deep state? You don't care, do you, you Zionist agent? Oh, but we preemptively struck a country that didn't invade anywhere, but we got a bad man. We keep winning. I've seen social media accounts with people called MAGA Boy who've got like the red hat on, Make America Great Again, and they're like, fuck Trump, I'm not siding with him anymore. What are they going to do? They've got posters all over their walls, bumper stickers all over their cars. They're going to have to take them off. And if you're anything like me and you've gone off Trump, you suddenly find that you can actually cope with unacceptable views from celebrities. You suddenly can cope with these comedians that have to virtue signal. You might not enjoy it, but you can cope with it. You don't have to have a flap attack and be so triggered like a snowflake that you have to switch it off. It seems to me that the people that want to actually fight these people in a very hardline position, whether it's hardline white racists or anti-white racists or anti-Semites, they want censorship. Because the people who are the anti-Semites go around saying the Jews have corrupted everyone, they've given them free porn. We want to take away that porn. We want to ban everything. So a censorious regime from the right. Or the left. And that's not to say that Zionists are completely blameless in all this, because of course they're not. They never are. Iran is Israel's enemy, not America's. And China and South Africa and other things are also terrible countries doing terrible things. Should we just initially blow them up without them invading anywhere? Oh yeah, let's just do it now that we can police the globe. And speaking of policing the globe, and there are people that believe in global warming that don't even believe in the globe, by the way. That's funny in itself. These fires in Australia, 300 arsonists arrested. But of course Prince Charles and George Soros and God knows Tony Blair, everyone else can go on telly and say, climate change caused these fires. That is lies. That is defamation. You are lying. Climate change did not cause the fires. It was arson. There's been arsonists arrested. It doesn't make sense for the rate of climate change, which has been so gradual, for these fires to suddenly emerge out of nowhere. These massive changes in our paradigm wouldn't just suddenly happen from such gradual changes. And if it was about the CO2, they would target China. And if it was really about the CO2, they would target the termites, because they release 10 times more CO2 than man. And that's not a cue for the feminists to say, we need to get rid of men, because then we'd get rid of all the CO2 problems because we would have got rid of man. Women don't breathe. But yeah, the world's gone mad, the world is divided, and Trump is part of that division. Trump is part of the deep state and now working for the neocons and the Israel lobby to bring about the New World Order that he swore to oppose. And you will fight each other over it. And you will say that we're disloyal and we're not patriotic and that it's all lies and that Soleimani was a bad person anyway and deserved to go. That's not the point, retard!